and today we'll be talking about um, the reason you should have a property lawyer. My name is the Real Land Boss, your go-to realtor in Southeast Nigeria, and all I do in the real estate firm is to help individuals secure their future through safe land ownership by investing profitably in real estate, from inspections to proper documentations. So in today's episode, I'll be discussing about the question I got in my DM, and today is going to be the part two of what we already discussed yesterday. So due to the bad network connection, we're unable to finish up what we were discussing yesterday. But in today's video, we'll be able to tackle everything so you can get it right. Okay? So stay with me. You are the right page. And please do wait to subscribe for more real estate informations like this. So it is important that you note these three key factors when you want to invest in real estate, whether you're investing in Nigeria or you're investing outside Nigeria. Okay? So you need to have your real estate consultant, you need to have a property lawyer, you need to have a property lawyer, and you need to have a personal surveyor. These three key armies are going to help you in your real estate journey. They are going to help you in your real estate journey because I get a lot of questions, which made me to come out here to discuss about this thing. The clients asked me if it is important for an investor to have um, to have a personal surveyor. I mean, a personal property lawyer. So while we wait for others to join us, kindly stay tuned. Okay, you're welcome. So let's wait for others to join. Okay, we have three viewers already. So you're welcome. Let's continue from where we stopped. So yesterday we were trying to discuss about the reason and the importance of having a property lawyer as an investor. And due to the network connections, the bad network connections, we were unable to finish up with the video and the interactions. So kindly subscribe for more so you can be able to get more videos like this. Okay? So it is important that you know that real estate has to do with legal complexities. Real estate has to do with legal complexities. Real estate has to do with title issues. It has to do with government acquisition risk. It has to do with property disputes. Now, it is your property lawyer. Hi, do it to subscribe for more informations like this. Thank you. So, real estate, I'm doing great. I am fine. I hope you're doing well too. I hope you're fine. Okay? So, real estate has to do with a lot of legal complexities. And before you can lock in your money to any property, be it a landed property, your property lawyer will ensure that they interrogate everything before you can be able to commit a single naira to that property. Whether you're investing in Nigeria or whether you're investing in diaspora, wherever you are, as long as it has to do with real estate, you need to involve a real estate consultant, involve a property lawyer, so you can be able to invest safely and profitably in real estate. Okay, I'm from Nigeria. If you're streaming in Nigeria, I'm from Nigeria, Imo State. Yeah. So we're going to be looking into some certain things that your property lawyer will do for you that you may actually think you don't need a property lawyer, but at the end of the day, a property lawyer will actually help you to navigate all of that. And I have everything jotted down with me just for you. So the number one thing I have here is that if you're an investor and you're not on ground, you're not physically present in the location, you're not physically present where you want to acquire the property, this is where your property lawyer comes in, right? Your real estate consultant is only going to recommend the best property location for you. Your real estate consultant only understands the market trend. We only educate you on how to invest, the best time to invest, and the best location to invest. Your real estate consultant is not a legal practitioner. Your real estate consultant do not understand legal maxims, but your property lawyer understands legal maxims. Your property lawyer is a legal practitioner, and as such, they should be involved in anything that has to do with legal matters, because real estate has to do with legal complexities, right? If you're watching this live video, kindly subscribe for more videos like this, okay? Thank you very much. So your property lawyer understands legal matters. They'll be the one to interrogate and understand the things you need to do, where you get it wrong when it has to do with legal issues. Your property lawyer will ensure that everything, all clauses will protect your interest. Now, if you're in Nigeria, if you're a Nigerian and you're investing from abroad, we call them the diaspora clients. This is also where you need to involve a property lawyer. I'm going to tell you a story. I had a client of mine who told me he invested in a property here in Imo State in Nigeria at 2016. This year is property lawyer. Do you know how much property lawyers cost per hour? Okay. Property lawyers, in as much as your property lawyers charges much, in as much as your property lawyers charges much, it is important that you involve them, especially when you're not around. I'm going to tell you a story and I will tell you why you should involve a property lawyer, right? Especially when you're not around, you're not physically present in the location. That is when you should involve a property lawyer. That is one. Secondly, is if you do not understand, if you're a first time buyer, if you're staying outside the country, if you're a Nigerian and you're not within the country, you need to involve a property lawyer. In as much as you have a professional real estate consultant, you also need a property lawyer. Another way you can also involve a property lawyer is when you're investing from an individual. If you're investing from an individual, you need a property lawyer. It is a must that you need a property lawyer if you're investing from an individual. Now, this is the reason. If you're investing from real estate companies, you're actually going to feel quite relaxed because you're investing from a real estate company. They've already done their due diligence. But when you're investing from an individual who wants to just sell their property, you do not know if the property is in government acquisition areas, you need a property lawyer. Except you are within the country, you are in the States, you can do the due diligence yourself. But if you're not in the country and you're investing from an individual, you need a property lawyer. Is it commission-based, fixed fee, or they take a percentage of the property? Actually, I am just a professional real estate consultant. I am not a property lawyer, and my company has a property lawyer. We have a legal practitioner because whenever we want to purchase a large quantity of property to sell to individuals or to sell to clients, we ensure that we do our due diligence, go to the Ministry of Lands and do all of that. And we do that with the help of our property lawyer, right? But I cannot actually give you the exact amount. I do not know how they charge. I'm just here to educate you, to open your eyes, to help you avoid some certain mistakes in real estate so that you can be able to invest well. This video is basically for people who are not within the state or who are not within the country or the location of where the land is, and you do not have someone that you can really trust, especially if you're buying from an individual. You need to get a property lawyer. Getting a property lawyer also is when you're acquiring a large number of property. especially properties that are higher than 5 million naira, properties that are within 25 million naira and above. Such properties, when you lose your money, when you lose 25 million naira, you know how painful it is. Just losing 1,000 naira is painful compared to when you're losing 25 million naira. So this is basically to say, when you're investing in a huge amount of property, you need to involve a legal practitioner, because real estate centers and layers on legal complexities. Please, if you have more questions, kindly ask. Sorry. So if you have more questions, kindly ask your question. So, your property lawyer, like I said, is going to help you make due diligence, right? They are going to help you make your due diligence. They will verify if the title of the property you're buying is genuine and transferable. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong, because so many agents, so many sellers are becoming very smart, right? They are faking the survey. But your property lawyer is going to ensure that all these checks are balanced, especially if you're buying from an individual. Now, I was supposed to say a story of how a client of mine invested in 2016. Of course, in 2016, I've not been in real estate. So he shared the story of how he invested in 2016 from a friend. He's not in Nigeria. Till now, he's not in Nigeria. And this year is 2026. This is 10 years ago that he invested in that location at Amakohiobi. For those in Nigeria, for those in Imo State, you can testify and know about Amakohiobi, right? Amakohiobi currently is a location that, with 20 million naira, it is quite difficult to get a property in that location for a buy and build. I mean, the place is already developed. But now, as of 2016, a friend of his told him that there's an individual that wants to sell their property. They need the money to do some certain things, and he had to pay because he heard the name of the location. But as I'm talking to you right now, he said he came back this year and nothing is happening in the location. The place is still stuck. And as a matter of fact, it is not even in Amakohiobi. But imagine if he had involved a professional real estate consultant, if he had involved his property lawyer, if he has a personal property lawyer and a personal surveyor. I mentioned three armies that can help you navigate real estate issues: your real estate consultant, your property lawyer, and your surveyor, your personal surveyor. He still stuck in that same investment, and that is the reason why you need to get a property lawyer. If you do not have all the funds to put the bills of getting a property lawyer, because I know that most legal practitioners can actually charge quite higher, then avoid investing from individuals, except you know the person, except you're in the location to make your due diligence. I would advise that you invest from a reliable real estate company and work with a realtor that protects your interest, that explains the market trends, that teaches you everything that you need to know about real estate and walk you through. That is what you need to do. And also, you also need to understand that while you're investing and while choosing a property lawyer, you need to be very smart about it, because a bad legal practitioner or a bad lawyer is as bad as a normal roadside agent that is just interested in the commission of the land without any guidance, without any structures. So the truth is, you don't need to be physically present to be in a location to buy a property. But there are steps and there are measures. With the right structure, you can be able to invest safely and profitably in real estate. Now, the goal of investing in real estate, if you want to scale through, right? If you want to scale in real estate, if you want to scale in real estate, the goal is not just to buy land. The goal is not just to buy any land if you want to scale in real estate. The goal in investing in real estate is to have a secure, transferable, and dispute-free asset if you want to invest in real estate. And it's just the three armies can help you to achieve this. Who are the three armies? The three armies in real estate are your real estate consultant, a professional one, the one that has your interest, the one that protects your money as if it is theirs, the one that will guide you even after purchase, that will ensure that your documents are handled with precision. I can vouch for myself. That is what I do for my clients. The second army is your property lawyer, especially if you're not within the country, within the location, because location is no longer a barrier if you want to invest in real estate. And when you need your property lawyer is when you're buying from an individual, normal individual properties that you do not know anything about the land, you don't know if they've done the due diligence, you don't know if the property is within the government zone, if it has any dispute, if it has any family problems, right? That is when you need your property lawyer if you're buying from an individual, if you're not within the country, right? Now, the third army that you need is your personal surveyor. Your surveyor is going to check because we already know that most real estate companies or most sellers sell their properties with 465 square meters, some sell in 450 square meters, and they call it one full plot. But your surveyor is going to ensure that he checks the plot, he checks the size of the land. If it is 50 feet by 100 feet, as they have claimed it is. We know that one full plot, especially in Imo State, is 465 square meter. I'm doing great. I hope you are doing great too. Good evening from here. Especially if you are, well, where was I? What was I saying? Okay. One full plot we know is 465 square meter or 464 square meter, as the case may be, especially in Imo State. Your personal surveyor is going to ensure that the 50 feet, because 465 square meter is 50 feet by 100 feet, that is 50 by 100. They are going to ensure that what they told you is the same 50 feet by 100 feet. So you don't buy the plot of land, and when you come to survey the land yourself, you're seeing 50 feet by 90 feet. And by then, you will not be happy. You will not feel confident about your investment. If you find this video valuable, kindly subscribe for more, because we'll be doing more of this to ensure that individuals, especially Nigerians in diaspora, invest safely in real estate and understand what real estate is all about. This is going to open your eyes to understand more about real estate, so agents will not keep sounding smart and you will keep being gullible, because once they know that you're gullible, especially those that are not within the location, especially people that are within the diaspora, our diaspora clients, especially those people, they are the target audience when it comes to being scammed in real estate. They are the easiest because they are not in the country, and agents can use different measures, different ways to scam them, because they already know that they are not within the country. A property might be selling for 4.5 million naira, and because you're not within the location, you're not in Nigeria, and this mostly happens to investors from Nigeria. Those are not in Nigeria, right? It mostly happens to Nigerians staying abroad. Once a property is 4.5 million naira, they can tell you it is 6 million naira, and you have no option than to pay, and they might even pressure you. That is why I will not really recommend buying from individuals, especially if you're not around, right? You can buy from a reliable real estate company and work with a trusted real estate consultant. I am on Google. You can search me on Google, The Real Land Boss. That's to tell you that I am your reliable realtor, and I'm your go-to realtor when it comes to land investment, because I will walk you through, I will help you, and I will open your eyes to see the things in real estate. We have hidden charges, in case you don't know, but if you work with me as your realtor, I'm going to open your eyes to those hidden charges so you don't make mistake in your investment. I remain your go-to realtor in Southeast, The Real Land Boss. Kindly subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. I hope you learned something. You're welcome. See you in our next video. Bye. How are you? He said, shut up, bitches. Okay, it's not a problem. Thank you for watching, anyways. I hope you learned something valuable.